11 days on from the controversial Old Firm semi-final, we finally have heard from Willie, Collum. Kinda. Welcome back to Fog Football. Now, this guy's actually not said a word. Look at him, he looks like a bit of a specky tube. And to be honest, it doesn't really matter what he says in this decision. I can't take anything from this guy serious. And that sums up where we are in this international break. I genuinely believe there is more intrigue coming out of this sit-down interview show that he does with Gordon Duncan than Scotland potentially qualifying for the World Cup. That is the Steve Clarke effect, is it not?
Sad times for Scottish football.
It is, but this guy with the specs, this guy who runs, well, he's the referee's chief, right? No.
What specs is he running on?
It looks like the wee safety goggles you would wear, but he might need those safety goggles because apparently Willie Collum is backing Nick Walsh's decision not to send off Auston Trusty for kicking Jack Butland in the head. Sun Sports understands. Now, this is simply what the newspapers are understanding. He hasn't actually come out and said anything, but there is no smoke without fire, so I'm going to assume that Willie Collum is agreeing with this. Am I surprised? No, because it ain't a factual decision. We look at last season's final, Tierney should have got a penalty, and the reason why they've come out and said he should have got a penalty is because that was factual. As much as I think this was a red, you thought it was a red, and most people thought it was a red. You look at pundits across the board, there wasn't many of them that said it wasn't a red. It's not a factual overturn, and I think for that reason alone, Willie Collum is going to come out and defend his referee and Nick Walsh. So, am I surprised? No. Am I disappointed? Kinda. What's your thoughts on it?
It's done, it's over with. I think we should just move on.
11 days on, just move on. Accept that we got robbed, we got cheated.
I mean, it's a kick to the head. I think it was intentional. I think it was a red card, but
yeah, I mean, I'm not going to go as far as saying, I mean, I know I just literally did say we got robbed and cheated, but I'm just saying that for dramatic effect. I mean, in terms of Rangers, if Rangers do truly feel this bad about it, they need to do more than what they've done. Now, it does go on to say in this article that JR's chief executive, Patrick Stewart, demanded immediate talks with the SFA in the aftermath of the Old Firm defeat after the Trusty call. Now, raging Ibrox Chiefs declared themselves unsatisfied after that initial meeting, called for further discussions after the KMI panel declared the Hoop Star should have walked. Like I said, though, at the time, that didn't mean they got an explanation why it wasn't, or what it could have meant was that, or it could have meant is, here, we're sorry we got it wrong again, but I always thought it was going to be the former, where they actually explained why it wasn't a red card, and then Patrick Stewart didn't take it too well. But we've heard in the last couple of days is that Rangers have wanted another meeting. But what are they going to get at a second meeting? They're going to get nothing. They're just going to get told the same thing they get told 11 days ago. It's not like it wasn't factual. And for me, it was a red. But was it that bad of a decision that warrants talking about it 11 days later? Probably not. But at the same time, I don't think it's just this decision. It's the backlog of all the decisions. All these decisions in recent Old Firm games seem to go against Rangers and force Celtic. And that's the problem with me. Right? Because see, at the end of the day, he's kicked him in the head. Does look intentional. He can say what he wants, Auston Trusty. But for me, it's a red. But it's not like he's launched the head clean off him. It's the problem with me is more the other issues. Because when was the last time you'd have to go back into one of these Old Firm games for a decision to go for Rangers and not for Celtic, especially the big ones?
It's been a while.
No, it has been a while. When was the last time off the top of your head?
It's been that long ago, I can't actually recall the last one.
People talk about the Connor Goldson basketball incident, right? But by the letter of the law, that wasn't a penalty. Now, you can, the letter of the law, whether it's actually there or not, you can disagree with it if you want, because, I mean, there's times we've disagreed with the letter of the law, because sometimes the letter of the law is a load of shite, but that was the letter of the law, so that wasn't a penalty. What would Callum McGregor say after that game?
That's why paper shredders were invented, because some letters should not exist.
Get fired through it, but Callum McGregor did say after that game that things should even themselves out. And ever since that game in January 2023... I don't think Rangers have got a decision against Celtic, have they?
No.
I mean, you
one-way traffic.
Look across the board. It's been dodgy decisions and shite excuses that have followed it.
SFA have been had with their green tinted specs on for a while now.
Some would argue it's been more than nearly 3 years in that instance, but
I just hope they can find some maroon tinted specs in.
Well, they're probably going to need to. Well, hold on, that wee St Mirren goal. They were tinted enough on that day. Somebody's like, why he's no talking about that? I've talked about it plenty. St Mirren should have had a fucking goal. St Mirren should have went 3-1 up. Would Hearts have clawed it back to 3 each? Doubtful. But here, we're consistent. People pretend, right, that we're biased. How many times have we sat here and talked about other games? People don't care about the other games.
No, they only care about when you say something that's negative against Celtic.
Yeah.
That's what makes you biased, apparently.
Yeah, we sat here, I ranted and raved about that St Mirren Hibs game and the Hibs Livy game.
If we turn around and says that Trusty was an innocent bystander and Jack Butland came out and did a diving headbutt to his foot, that would make us we'd be very fair if we said that in these people's eyes.
Yeah, Chris Benoit-esque for Jack Butland there onto the boot of Auston.
But unless you 100% back every Celtic decision, then that means you're not a fair guy.
Yeah, but again, I think
if that's the case, I don't want to be a fair guy.
You know, and this isn't me saying that Willie Collum, right, is the biggest Celtic man on the planet, but I think this is just more a case of it's not factual, so therefore he's just going to back his incompetent referee pal. And I see nothing more than that here. The decision, we need to scrap far.
I mean, it could just be a case of Willie Collum genuinely believes it's not a red card, but until we actually hear from Willie Collum, then.
Yeah, but you know what, man? They've had, by the time that comes out, 2 weeks, 2.5 weeks. See that though? He'll have a fucking prepared statement for this, like a shite bag.
Yeah, I mean, he does do the show with another shite bag, like so.
No, but see if he truly believes this is a yellow and nothing more, then he should be able to explain it straight away. But no, he's took his fucking sweet ass time because he's made sure he's got it. He's fucking got the biggest excuse coming. I think it's just pathetic, man. We live in this. But Rangers, what are Rangers going to do? The second meeting. Well, what's that going to achieve?
Yeah,
it's going to achieve fucking nothing.
Why is the Trusty one subjective, but the Asgard one's not?
Yeah. I mean, one of them got the ball.
Yeah, they're both.
Come on, guys, 2 reds.
You could argue they're both dangerous tackles. You could argue about the force used in both of them. I don't understand why Gordon Duncan every time he wants to try and defend the Trusty one, it's like, it's subjective.
It's funny how that people want Cornelius sent off for winning the ball and clipping the bottom of Johnny Kenny's boot, but when Auston Trusty kicks Jack Butland in the head, it's a yellow.
I mean, I don't know anything about Trusty personally or what he's like as a human being, but I find it hard to believe that he's not intentionally kicked Butland in the head. Or you mean maybe it was just a moment of madness and he's can't explain it, but he was never getting that ball, and he's went out of his. It's not like his leg was in, and he's just not pulled out in time, and that's why he's made. He went out of his way to actually make contact with Jack Butland.
Yeah. Yeah, these people trying to say that
we have seen players get sent off for just like doing that. You know, when they go nose to nose and they start pushing each other with their heads and shit. Yep. We've seen players get red carded for that. Man, who was that guy that fucking Kyle Lafferty went down like he got shot from? Remember the Aberdeen game? I'm pretty sure he got him sent off.
Yeah.
We've seen red cards for that, yet Trusty just purposely boots him in the face.
No, but you're right. You any contact from a hand or any part, like see when any contact feel like someone else's head or their hand toward a player, it always tends to be a red these days. No, you can't get away with it. Back they used to grab each other by the throat and get away with it.
See if it was a simple case of Trusty was going for the ball, he mistimed it and he booted Butland in the face, I would be like, nah, I don't think that's it's an accident. He's not meant it. But for me, it's like he has meant that, so.
Yeah, but that's the thing. On Super Scoreboard, they explained that even if that was the case, it would still kind of be deemed as endangering your opponent. And even if it was unintentional, it still could have been a red. Either or, I'm kind of sick of talking about this incident. My problem's more with the backlog incident rather than this one. For me, it's a red, but it's not. It's not the worst red card decision I'm ever going to see. That's my point. But it's the backlog, man, and I'm not surprised Willie Collum's came out with this, even though he's not came out with anything actually. But it's just it's all these sources saying that he's going to. Willie Collum could do the greatest 180 of all time.
I wonder how all these sources know about Willie Collum. I mean, can they deep dive into his mind and what he's going to say? The mind readers, or
who knows? Who knows? But either or, I'm looking forward to that Gordon Duncan show with Willie Collum. Not only for this decision, for every other decision. I'm interested to hear what he's got to say about Cornelius, Ralston, Maida,
at the end of the day,
Asgard, everybody.
At the end of the day, it's just one man's opinion.
Yeah.
What did Dermot Gallagher say about it?
I don't know what he said about it. I don't know how to do that anymore. All I know is Willie Collum.
What do you mean they don't do it anymore? They were there like a few weeks ago.
Were they? Fuck, I don't know.
I
haven't. We haven't made a fid on it in a while, so I just assumed they didn't. But SFA head of refereeing, right? Just because he's got to that position doesn't mean he's the man. Doesn't mean he's brilliant. Look at the people who run. I mean, look at both old firm clubs. Both fans hate their boards. Just because you get to a top position doesn't mean you're top man. The same here. You know, it's like any position in the world. Just because some people will go, oh, but he's the head of refereeing, and so what? It doesn't mean shit. It doesn't mean anything. Willie Collum, when he was a referee, was shite. So just suddenly because he's head of refereeing doesn't make him.
I'd have scored a blind 3-pointer there. That was great.
Well, anyway, Rangers didn't score. Well, I mean, the cup game wasn't 3-pointers anyway, but either or, looks like Willie Collum's going to go this way. And the international break continues. It is a cold, damp Thursday, and it's a bit of a depressing week, isn't it?
I feel depressed, to be honest.
There's nothing happening here, guys. Come on.
I mean, normally I like the international break, but a combination of Scotland being shite and Hearts sitting top of the table. I just want to get back to domestic football.
On the brink of a World Cup here.
I want to right the wrongs of those draws in Paisley and the draw against Dundee United.
Going to right those wrongs?
I hope so.
He's going to hope so.
Won't be
anyway.
writing shit for the next 2 weeks. Need to wait on this international break finishing. So
that's it. Just hope you get no injuries in. Who's all called up for Hearts? Everybody.
Craig Gordon and Shankland.
And a few other guys. Anyway, right, we'll leave it there, folks. Football coming very soon. Scotland, Greece. Looking forward to it. Steve Clarke. Honestly, there's no game in football that suits Steve Clarke than just needing a draw.
Yeah, tailor-made for him.
I mean, honestly, if he can't...
The only problem is he needs to win the last one, and I just don't really see
yeah, bad take, just getting to the last one right now. If Steve Clarke can't get us a 0-0 draw, then what's he doing? We beat Greece 1-0 away a couple of months ago, and we were fucking rotten. So he can do the same here, Steve Clarke.
Do you
think Steve Clarke thought this was a yellow? Or do you think he thought it was a red?
He's probably too pish to see it with his beer goggle eyes, so...
He was at the game, wasn't he?
He might have been, maybe scouting the next day.
Probably still probably the same problem though. Anyway, guys, leave your thoughts down below, and peace.